back to my channel. So today I'm back with a makeup tutorial, and I'm seriously so excited to be back because I haven't been filming lately. Just school and work and just life got in the way, but I'm back again, and I hope you guys really like this tutorial that I did with the new Tartelette and Bloom palette. I finally got my hands on it, and it is seriously the most gorgeous palette and versatile palette ever, and I've just been so obsessed. Like, I've literally been using it non-stop ever since I got it. And I also got the new glow kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I've been obsessed with this too. My favorite shade is a Sunburst, and I've just been using that non-stop as well. And I also got the contour kit by her, and it's been my obsession lately as well. And I've just been obsessed with these new products that I bought recently. And so if you guys want to see how I got this like smoky eye with the Tartelette palette, then just keep watching. Okay. So I already have my eyebrows done, and I moisturized with the Clinique Moisture Surge Extended Thirst Relief Gel Cream, and it just looks like this. And I got this recently, and with some products that I purchased, which you guys will see me using in this video. But I'm gonna be moving on to primer, and I'm priming my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and I'm just gonna be sprinkling that all over my face. So now moving on to foundation. You guys know how much I love the Loreal True Match foundation, and that's what I'll be using today. I'm going to be using it with a damp Real Technique sponge. So now moving on to concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm in the shade Sand. And I'm just going to be using this to highlight my face and also to conceal any blemishes that I might have. To set that concealer that we just applied, I'm going to be using the Airspun Loose Face Powder, and it's in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage. To contour, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Contour Kit, and I'm just taking these two shades. I'm going to be using a Morphe M530 brush. This is a new brush that I recently bought, and I have been loving it. It's so good to contour. Be dusting the powder off with Real Techniques contour brush powder. I'm also going to be using the same Airspun powder to bake underneath my contour and make it a little bit more clean. So while that bakes, I'm just going to be moving on to the eyes, and I'm priming my eyes today with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and it's in the shade Eden. And I'm going to be using this Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush to blend it out. I'm going to be using the Tartelette and Bloom palette. This is a new palette, and I feel like it's such a pretty palette for spring. And so to set that primer that we just applied to our eyes, I'm going to be using the shade Charmer right here. I've been loving just applying a shadow, a light shadow on the eyelid after priming. instead of like the Airspun or loose powder, because I feel like eyeshadows on top of eyeshadows just blend a lot more easier. Now for the first shade, I'm just going to be using, I don't want to blind you guys, I'm just going to be using this shade right here. It's called Smarty Pants, and I'm going to be using that on a Morphe M513. I always apply my eyeshadow on the outer part and then slowly move it in. And then right here, I go into the inner crease. I just make circular motions. So now that we have applied our transition shade, I'm just going to be applying some more color to the crease, and I'm using the color Jet Setter right here. It's on. Now for to make the look a little bit more smoky, I'm going to be using Loreal, and it's this color right here. And I'm applying that with a Morphe M503 brush. I'm just going to be applying that to the outer corner, outer V of the eye. I'm going to be using the shade Leader, and it's this shade right here, to make the look a little bit even more smoky. Using the shade Activist right here, and again, we're just trying to make this look even more smoky. To make all the colors just blend even more smoothly, I'm just going to be applying a little bit more of Jet Setter, and I'm taking that on the Morphe M513 blending brush. For my lid color, I'm going to be using the most beautiful shade in this palette, in my opinion. I have been obsessed with this shadow. It's called Funny Girl right here. And I'm just applying that with an all over eyeshadow brush. For my lower lash line, I'm going to be using the shades. I'm going to be using Jet Setter and Rebel for the lower lash line, and I'm taking that on a smudger brush. So now for the inner corner, I'm just going to be taking the most amazing highlighter ever. If you do not own this in your life, I don't even know what I did without this before. I'm just going to be using Loreal's Gilded Honey for my inner corner highlight, and then taking that on a dual fiber blending brush. So now I'm just going to be dusting off that powder that we used to clean up our contour. So now for mascara, I'm going to be using a combination of the Maybelline Lash Sensational and the Colossal. I really like the wand in this Maybelline Lash Sensational. It's just like really curved. I feel like it really curls your eyelashes. For highlight, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Glow Kit in That Glow, and I'm going to be using Sunburst and Bubbly and Dripping in Gold. Basically all of the highlight shades in this palette, because I'm obsessed with this. Completely obsessed. You guys do not even know. I'm spraying my brush with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. For my lips, I'm going to be using this Maybelline matte lipstick, and it's in the shade Clay Crush. See you coming through. No, you can't. What's up, y'all? What's up? Please get out.